Are you real? What about me? It's not just a cool science fiction theme, but quite a few physicists and cosmologists say we could all be living inside a gigantic computer simulation. It sounds crazy. As our senses rebel, it all seems so real. The smell of that two-stroke exhaust, the pain in your arse as you go past the balance point. But it's not so crazy when you consider how fast technology is developing, apart from Japanese bikes, of course. If we are just living inside a massive computer simulation, there are two main questions. How would we know, and would it matter anyway? So, could our whole universe just be a science experiment of some junior high school student in another universe? Many physicists say there is nothing in principle that rules out the possibility of manufacturing a universe in an artificial Big Bang. This would not destroy the existing universe, as it would exist in its own bubble of space-time, pinched off from the parent universe, and it would be every bit as real as the parent universe. But the weird shit begins if we are all just simulated beings, just strings of information in a massive computer. If this is true, there is no matrix to escape from. We already make computer simulations ourselves, and those digital characters in our computer games are trapped there. Those suckers are not coming out and joining us. In fact, we humans are getting very good at simulating all sorts of things, even whole universes. We could eventually create virtual beings that show signs of consciousness, and the next step would logically be creating virtual worlds. So, it can be very likely other advanced beings have already done this before. If so, these virtual worlds would greatly outnumber the real world, in which case it's extremely likely we are all just virtual beings ourselves in someone else's computer game. Look, possibly intelligent civilizations never get that far. They might blow themselves up with atom bombs or more advanced weapons. Or maybe they develop the technology to create virtual beings, but choose not to on ethical grounds. But otherwise, as weird as it sounds, it gets very likely we all just exist in someone else's digital world. So how would we know? We could look for glitches in the program, similar to the glitches in the Matrix. Possible examples here could be those terrible KDM electric starter motors, or most aspects of my riding. Some physicists argue that our universe looks designed, given that the basic fundamental forces in nature have to be so finely tuned to allow our universe to develop the way it has. To date, almost every aspect of our physical world can be explained mathematically, which has very close parallels with computer simulations. And the rules behind the behaviour of subatomic particles resemble the codes that correct for errors in manipulating data in computers. Also, quantum mechanics increasingly suggests the universe is simply a huge quantum computer, and at the smallest scale it's just quantum bits undergoing digital operations, in which case it probably doesn't matter if this is a simulation or not. As long as the creator doesn't get bored and turn off the simulation. Or if it crashes but they forgot to make a backup. Or worst case scenario, we're all just inside some galactic teenager's iPhone. The upside? It would be cool if we could somehow ask for a download on how to wheelie, or do backflips and pivot turns. Or even better, getting the downloads for every dirt bike model that exists. For centuries, philosophers have been discussing what could be lying behind the apparent reality our senses perceive. René Descartes may have got it right when he said, "I think, therefore I am." Although personally, I think this reads better as "I ride, therefore I am."